Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TEW2020 video. You join us today for an episode of Lightning as we continue the run to Double or Nothing. Big main event matchup, a 5-on-5 tag team match, as we hope to set a very good card for that pay-per-view. Not too much to add to that, let's just crack on with this week's AEW Lightning. So we are back at the Valley View Casino Centre, 16,100, a sellout. And in our dark portion of the show, the Hardys take on the Hybrid 2, and it is Matt Hardy with the win over Angelico after a twist of fate Swanton Bomb combo within 9 minutes and 45. A 69 here, as the Hardys get a good victory over the Hybrid 2. Also maybe showcases were a bit lacking in heel tag teams on Lightning. We had a small squash match up here, hence why no photo. I needed a heel local talent, and happily in the area we've booked this show there was No Way Jose, so he takes the fall to Pac in 6 minutes and 40 with a shooting star sent on. No intention to sign No Way Jose. He was one of the few active wrestlers in this area because it is a light mod, so yeah, happy to bring him in to take the defeat on a one-off appearance. 70. Moving along, we had the team of Chad Betts and Jacob Fatou, who teamed up to take on Gabriel Kidd and Eddie Dennis, when a win in 13 minutes and 53 seconds for Jacob Fatou as he got Eddie Dennis down with a Samoan drop. A 65 here, Betts and Jacob Fatou teaming together because of Brian Pillman Jr. has been sent home for 2.5 months to try and improve his morale. Obviously he was pissed because of that situation with his drug test failure, so went with that. And I think that could be a cool combination to utilise on dark matches while he's suspended. We also had some 10 women action with 10 of our top female talents in the AEW locker room, and it was the babyfaces prevailing as Chris Statlander, Saraya, Thunder Rosa, Mia Yim and Hikaru Shida defeat the Fashion Empire and Tay Conti. It was a 61 rated matchup, good to see there. Saraya pinning Tay Conti, as Saraya had the best performance of a 76, so that Saraya Mercedes matchup at Double or Nothing could be spectacular. And we start the show, 100 segment right out the bat, there we go, it's back. And it's obviously hyping up that 5v5 matchup. Kenny's in the ring, he's greeted by Cody saying, oh, here we go again. This is going to be Kenny moaning before he gets his opportunity because, oh, he is going to jump in. The Four Horsemen or whatever, or I keep saying the Four Horsemen, the New Age Horsemen. But Sammy Guevara comes out and says, so I'm hearing there's going to be this multi-person matchup that's been nominated tonight. Big Hager can join me, that's 2. Cody, you're 3. Lucha Bros would make 5. Kenny's got this great friendship with the Young Bucks, that's their 3. And I'm sure, no doubt, those weasels, proud and powerful, will sneak their way in against me and Hager. So I think that 5v5 matchup could be our main event. So Sammy's way of kind of trying to interject himself into the top of the title feud effectively. And Kenny and Cody go. It's an opportunity to get their hands on each other here and get an upper hand at going into Double or Nothing. So 5-on-5 main event confirmed with the 100 segment. We start off with some really good action as La Sombra Almas defeats Kello Riley in 13:46 with underhanded tactics. Just felt like this would be a really good mesh of styles here and a good win for Almas as we continue to build him up. A 78 matchup here as he runs in an 88 performance. As he leaves to go to the backstage area, he is greeted by the entrance of Jon Moxley from the crowd. They have a bit of a stare off on the ramp, but Moxley swaggers down to the ring, knowing that in a few weeks' time he's going to take on La Sombra in the LA Brawl match. So an 83 there. Well, Moxley's in the ring though, his opponent decides to cut a lot of rap on him, and Max Caster starts beating some rhymes on Jon Moxley. Can't rap, so not going to do that, but a 48 from Platinum Max. And his matchup against Moxley sees Moxley win in 7-11 with the Death Rider. So a 72, and Moxley looks $1 million going into that matchup with Almas. Moving along, we had Orange Cassidy in action against Frankie Kazarian, and Freshly Squeezed picks up the win in 9:44 with the super kick. Another opportunity just to keep gaining him momentum going forward in a 74 rated matchup. We then had his friends, his best friends, in action as Chucky T and Trent take on Alan Angels and Cody Vance, and it was Chuck Taylor with the soul food within 6:53, giving best friends the win. Only a 30 because the crowd were turned off because everybody's a pre-show worker here. I need to build best friends back up again. It's been evident their push has not been great. Chuck Taylor's been ran down over 2 years ago. So yeah, we need to keep improving regardless. But a 30 there, not bad. And more exposure on not just Dynamite, Lightning, sorry, for Alan Angels and Cody Vance. So maybe more people will have eyes and a bit of reputation for them. We then had that backstage segment between Proud and Powerful and the Young Bucks, and it just says, basically Ortiz going up to them and saying, yo, we heard what Sammy Guevara said, and he's damn right, you two want to put our differences aside. We'll happily do that if we can get our hands on Sammy Guevara, if we can get our hands on Jake Hager, and of course the Lucha Brothers, because we lost those tag titles, and we want them back. The Young Bucks go, we all have a common goal here, we all dislike the Lucha Brothers, don't really like Sammy Guevara either. We'll keep watching each other's back. So a 79 here. Matt Jackson's getting a little bit stale. That matchup, of course, will be our main event tonight. El Generico was in action. He took on Axel Dieter Jr. and Generico wins in 14:25 with the Brainbuster. A very good 70 performance here. Great chemistry between both, and that elevated the matchup. It was just a regular match as well, as El Generico gets a win over one of the members of Walter's faction, which doesn't have a name at this moment in time. So naturally, Generico celebrates his win, and Walter beats the living daylight out of him. With David Finlay Jr. and Eli Dragunov at the side of the ring helping their fallen compadre in the form of Axel Dieter Jr., it is a case that Genericologist is destroyed by Walter, making his intentions clear of a matchup he may like in the future. 60. This led us to a AEW Live Championship match, and it was about that didn't have much heat and terrible wrestling, as Scorpio Sky defeated Peter Avalon in 6:39 with a quick cradle. It gives him the 6th defence of the AEW Live Championship. 63 is not too bad for a Peter Avalon match considering his overness. But you can just sense Scorpio Sky is getting a little bit frustrated, and he cuts that promo just before the main event. He says, really, is this all I'm getting landed with? Peter Avalon, where's the true competition? This is an open challenge. If anyone wants to challenge me for this AEW Live Championship. Booker notes here. Really, I just have a case of I don't have enough heels on Lightning, the brand and the roster. Most of them have went to Dynamite, Killer Cross being one of them, but we'll try and fledge out a little bit. I don't want to keep signing people. Of course, there is signings coming, you know that. Adam Cole and Rey Mysterio. But we'll keep Scorpio Sky as a babyface. There is plans that someone that's already signed will step up to the plate to face Scorpio Sky, and that will give them a good program going into Double or Nothing, and I'm hoping a sensational matchup. So 69, keep your eyes peeled on that one. Main event time, how will it do? I'm going for a 78. Don't feel too confident in it. And I know nothing. 89. Spectacular. About that superb wrestling and great heat, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Proud and Powerful defeat Cody Rhodes, Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara, and the Lucha Bros in 21:47 when Kenny Omega pinned Jake Hager with a one-winged angel. 89. Fantastic. You can see there, Penta and Ray go down to 91 and 96. When Ray Phoenix gets 100 minutes tag matches, but no, it's fantastic. It puts a few feuds together. Obviously I don't run storylines in this, but in my head I do. But truthfully, Kenny's someone that's maybe just in the brink of the 90 overness. I think he's at 89, so I just want to keep giving him as much momentum going into that match with with Cody, to try and get him, see if we can break into that 100 before that matchup. If not, we'll see what happens, because he might take a big loss to Cody. 93. It's not getting away with the result, by the way. I still don't know how I'm booking it, but yeah, Cody was off his game. 93, and overall 91, 92, 89. That's fair enough, because we never really had anything else close to that, the main event. And actually, if you look at it, it's quite a bang average show, apart from those two segments, which kind of makes or breaks it. But delighted with that, increase our pop in the 39 regions out with the States. on the whole, choking there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could potentially say 6 feuds that have been carried on through that show. So actually, serves its purpose, because you don't want Double or Nothing going about 17 matches, although the way my rosters are going, absolutely. I don't want to just keep putting people we signed from WWE in our pay-per-view cards. We do have to bring through AEW talent, and obviously signings we've made from elsewhere. Rhino's retiring, that's sad. Chelsea Green has changed her style, she's now a regular wrestler. And the rest of the news. Impact have made an offer for Jey Uso. I could actually bring him in as a solo artist because I had that long run, but I kind of had to bring the Usos, I'd want both. He's working at PWG. They've also offered a deal to Luke Gallows. We had them there because of the situation with New Japan. Ring of Honor have offered a contract to Natty Neidhart. She's leaving WWE. Is it a written deal they've given her or just an open? Exclusive written. You're probably wondering, like, I've signed every other WWE women's wrestler. Why Natalya at the age of 39? That right there. 77 psychology. It's still not enough to not get the penalty, but I feel like a worker like that could really benefit our women's division, and the 57 over can get some women over as well. So I'm probably going to pull the trigger on that. Another WWE person, great, but I just feel like she'll be a fantastic acquisition for helping our younger talent that we're looking to break through here in AEW. And then it gives me an excuse to bring in Bret Hart as well for cameo appearances. So yep, we'll bid for Natalya and try and get her ahead of Ring of Honor, because I was hoping she left WWE, free agent, we're just getting a handshake deal. Not to be the case. So I'll come back to that post video. And AEW Lightning drew a 6.83 because of our fantastic overness in the States. So I think next month we'll probably work on Canada. We won't make 31 million to just go in the States, although they'll maybe hoard a bit of money and then just go for the enormous and just try and get the most exposure in the United States of America. Tough one, we'll think about it. But anyway, as always, thank you very much for tuning in, it's been very much appreciated. Hope you've enjoyed what we're trying to do here with AEW. As I say, it's a different way from booking, and a lot of people do a lot of other things, and I know here I certainly utilise to make it, I wouldn't say easier, but I like to try and make it in a position where I can be a lot more creative. By taking off strict storylines, it allows me to just have guys just have momentum and they can drop a promo. And wrestlers don't need to mention their opponent every single time and keep the heat of the feud going. And I also feel like because of the strict approach of the opening promo, or not the opening promo, the best promo, which tends to be my opening promo, in the main event, just allows you to utilise the rest of that show for putting people over that you want to put over, allows you to work with getting people over, gives lesser workers more TV time. And the whole situation with the building up a crowd and not burning them out, I'm like, it's wrestling, man, wrestling's all over the place, different shows are different ways. As long as your main event delivers, that's usually in your opener. But hey, TW, sandbox game, do the hell you want with it, that's the fun of it. So anyway, thanks very much for watching, good day, good night, take it easy, see you for next week's Dynamite, bang.